Hello, ladies, gentlemen, boys, girls, everybody in between. I am your host, Ben slash Ben There Studios. How are you doing on this lovely, fantastical, apologies, Sunday nights? I'm currently recording this at, hold on, what time is it? 9 o'clock at night, or 8:58, technicality speaking, if you're a bit like that. But today we are here to talk about a topic that I've actually had in the vault for a hot minute, but recently one of my friends suggested it to me, so I thought I would try it out. It was a bit more interesting of a team making challenge, but of course, before we hop into the video, we're doing a little a streamer shout out, aka everyone should go follow Lemon Frog. Oh, jeez, apologies. Over on Twitch. Okay, sorry. Well, now, I do want to say, I know it has been a while, since I had made a video. The reason for that being, I just kind of ran out of ideas. I'll be so honest. I didn't really know what to I didn't know what to make a video on or about. I had one, but that ultimately ended up getting scrapped, which I will also make a video talking about that. But yeah, while we're here, I do want to, just, I just want to say thank you to everyone. I have 80 subscribers. I did not imagine I would get a lot in in such a small amount of time. I also want to say afterwards I will be posting these over on my Twitter, which is where I post all my I make teams for this. I post them on Twitter afterwards with a graphic I made for my last team making video, a Minecraft event with 100 players, right? I did 10 teams of 10, and then I posted them all on Twitter. I don't know why I'm blue. Well, that's not good. Okay, I don't know. Yeah, but I posted these all over on Twitter, for everyone to enjoy and see. Okay. It's also where I post, whenever I go live. I like to hype up my friends on there. I am playing an event, Challenger Trials, which is happening next weekend. I forgot when it was happening. Yeah, this is the team. This is the squad we're going with. Yeah. Anyways, let's hop into the video. So, this is what if an all-woman event happened. By event, there's no exact event. It's not MCC, it's not Block Wars, it's not PB. I did end up doing 8 teams of 4. Yes, for reasons which I will talk about. This was inspired, again, I've had this in the vault for a while. This was originally inspired by Wolfie, based off of this video, which I actually did just rewatch. But it's also inspired by it's also inspired by That's Red, because the person's like, this would be an interesting idea. I'm like, I've had it in my head. I just never tried it. So here's me trying it. This is the roster that I came up with. I will be making a graphic for this again. Just go post on Twitter. Apologies. But yeah, the red team, which consists of Jojo Solos, Cherry Fire, Irish Potato, and Debbie Morales. This is a cool team, right? So the thing with there being a all-women roster, which, first of all, I just want to premise, I'm pretty sure that all these people identify as a woman. If not, it is for sure a 100% a non-mask event. If anyone here does not identify as a woman, I do apologize. I'm pretty sure whenever I checked all these people that I identified as a woman, right? I'm pretty sure. Same going for everyone in this tier, right, or in this area, which how I made the teams. But yeah. You see, Jojo and and Cherry duo. See Cherry from MCC Rising, which I know that the Rising crowd and like the smaller event crowd are really connected. And originally I had May here instead of Irish, but I'm like, that's probably a little bit too weak. So then I threw May here, threw Irish there, and I'm like, yeah, that works out fine. Yeah, I think that Debbie would love this team. I think that Irish would love this team. I don't know how open JoJo is with teaming with new people. I know Debbie, Irish, and Cherry are all pretty open with new people, right? That's why I try to give JoJo a person who she would know, being Cherry Fire. And yeah, I think that this team would just be here for good vibes. Then onto the orange team, which consists of simply Alexis, that's Red, Zingzi, and Lemon Frog. If I have to be real, like this is kind of just like, it's just like basically two duos smashed into each other, right? Having Alexis and Red duo and Zingzi and Lemon. I did want to try to put Lemon with a person who she 100% knows, so either with a Debbie or English, or with a Pink or a Sedays. But I'm pretty sure from what I know, Lemon knows at least Zingzi, and I know that Lemon's pretty open with new people. Then of course you have Alexis and Red, which is a pretty strong duo, and Zingzi is actually probably the best third frag here. I will say it was actually kind of challenging because there are just there are better players, right? Being Sedays, Slushy, and JoJo, right? Those three are probably the instant top three, right, for this event, no matter of what kind it is. Then you have Brew, Jules, Alexis, and Haley or Ghosty Fruit, and they're probably they're up there in skill. And then I try to make this team just kind of like a mid team, right? All these players are above average, so I try to do something with that. Which actually, speaking of the yellow team, which consists of Onyx, Ava JC, Bears Cancelled, and With My Ex. Again, originally I had this down, but I thought that the red team was a bit too strong, so I wanted to give Irish a bit of a cooler team for this. And so yeah, yellow does not have any a standout player, but they also don't really have a bottom frag. I would say all these players are kind of equal in a sense, right? I don't know who would IGL. I don't know what would really happen. I do think it is a bit more towards the weaker end of things still, with not having a bottom frag, but also not having a top frag. I would be very interested to see how this team would do, right? Then we move on to the green team, which consists of Ghosty Fruit, Hannah X6 Rose, Avery Doors, and Athema. Realistically here, I put Hannah, this is really just everyone knows Hannah team. See Ghosty Fruit, right? See Ghosty Hannah duo, makes sense. Hannah, Avery duo. I know Avery and Hannah did a collab, and I know Hannah and Athema, right? They know each other. I think that Avery would probably have a pretty good, time on this team. I actually don't know how the team would do overall as well. The team is also a bit more of an interesting, because Haley, at least in MCC, is probably a top frag, but in every other event is probably, considered a second to third frag, right? So it could be interesting. Then we move on to the Aqua team, which consists of Slushy, VRC, Melissa, Gray by the way, and Lianu. This is it's top two of one of my favorite teams. So ever made, right? I think that this team is up there for sure. We see a Slushy and Mel duo. We see a Gray and Lianu duo, but you also see a Lianu and Mel duo, because actually I meant to pull it up, but if I check real quick, oh, I cannot spell. I just really can't spell. Swifties, Lianu and Mel teamed for Chamber Trials Academy, which is where I actually had this thought. I'm like, we can, do something a bit more creative with that. And I love how this team came together, right? I think it would be fine. I think it would be balanced. I think it would have probably high energy, right? Having Slushy and Lianu, or even like Mel, right? Then if we move on to the blue team, which consists of Where's My Jewels, just Rattles, Pink Fluffy Seal, and Skeletoni. I don't know why I said It's Rattles. For some reason, I just thought it was It's Rattles, but no, it's just Rattles. Realistically, I had a Rattles and a Skeletoni duo. I think that, dude, these two would get along so well. Like, it would be beautiful. And I don't know how open the Rattles is with newcomers, but I do know that Rattles is playing in Mania Party Winterland, so at least that connection is there between her and Jules. I'm like, Pink. I think that Pink would fit the vibes very very comfortably here. I think that this is a nice, just like comfortable, high energy, vibey team. And then we move on to the purple team, which consists of Brewberry, It's Lil K, Fanity, and Galaxy Sushi. This team is an interesting team because originally I only had this, and I could not, think of the fourth player who could, go there and make sense. Then, the more looking around I did, I'm like, Kay doesn't really play events that often. From what I know, she has played the Biome Battle 2 with Luigi, Bry, and Ty. And then she played in, there was one other event, and Pandora's Box Unleashed, the viewer event number 2 with Bry, E-Corridor, and Will, I believe. And she did pretty below average in both, right? But the team, it's just kind of the team has the the team has the raw skill, but not the event skill, right? Everyone else here, more or less often plays events, and then I don't really see, at least from my POV, from what I know, Kay doesn't really play that many events. Sushi plays in events once in a while, or she has been more often now. Fanity, for a time I thought that she played events. I haven't personally seen her play anything as of recent, but yeah. Then I think that Brewberry here, running out the team, this is just, I think it's nice. I don't know how open, right, Brew is to new people. And when I checked, I saw that the Brew knew Fanity and Sushi, and then Fanity and Kay know each other. Kay and Sushi know each other. I know that Brew and Sushi would be a Pats playoffs duo, which, if you don't know, was the Bring Smidoffs event, right? And so yeah, I think that this team would be, just a cool, just a cool team. And then, last but not least, the pink team, which consists of Sadays, It's Lazy's, Jazzy Bug, and Dexy. How this team just really happened was a Lazy and Dexy duo. I threw Jazzy there, and I'm like, Sadays just, fits the vibe. She fits for balancing. I think that seeing a Sadays and Lazy's duo could be really cool. I don't know why. I don't know if they've ever interacted before, but I think it'd be, just kind of hyped to see. And yeah, Jazzy, there was a few people, right, who I was like instantly like, hell yeah. It's like, like I talk to Jazzy almost every day, so of course I was gonna, throw her here. Same with Lazy's and Alexis, right? Yeah, that's the roster. I don't know what, like, now that I'm just like, I'm looking at it again, right? Like, while I'm recording for my recording eyes, I just would really be. I just want to see this event happen now. Like, if I can make it happen, like, I'll pay for it. I'll invite people. I would just be interested, right, to see this event, because I do think that having women representation is always important, right? In all of my teams, I try to make, I always try to include, right, women in some way, shape, or form. Of all, like, I always try to do like a 50-50. Like, if we can check real quick. Oh, also new, profile picture made by the Rose Thunder, the GOAT. But if we check all my old teams, right, I try to do a lot of like, a women rep. You see, because out of 100, 5, 6, 7. Don't make that joke. I swear to God, if any of you make that joke. 8, 9, 10. Sorry, 8, 9. 10, 10. 11, 12. 13, 14, 15, 16. I think out of 100, there's at least over a quarter of women in this event. If not, it's like 30%, because it's at 100. Yeah, I see 2 here, 2 there. Yeah, so it's like something, right? I try to be inclusive with like women, with like, like if I do like a Pride event, right, I try for it to be majority of Pride people or like LGBTQ people. And then here I just had, some the leftover, people from my tier list, which is like, this is how I, like, make my teams. Majority of times it's just called Bentley Studios list. I just have it up, right? Just has everyone who I, all my friends. So I'm like, yeah. I feel like I've been yapping for too long. I'm stuttering more and more. It's tired, man. I played like a 4-hour event today. My brain's not here with us. I have a really bad headache. But I have been your host, Ben/Bentley Studios. I hope to, hear what you guys think of down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you all later. Peace out.